Hello and welcome to Money Management. This week we examine the extent of advisor concern over Bowen's proposed opt-in requirements. But first, here's your news roundup, brought to you by Securitor.
National Australia Bank ensured it remains squarely in the hunt to acquire AXA Asia Pacific by securing an extension to the negotiating period with AXA's French parent company. NAB, led by Cameron Klein, hopes the extension will allow it time to deal with platform competition concerns raised by the ACCC, with the bank later confirming it would be prepared to divest AXA's North platform in its battle to acquire the company. Respected researcher Stephen Van Eyck sold his 25% stake in Van Eyck Research to New Zealand's Pine Gould Corporation, a listed diversified financial services business. The deal was brokered by Van Eyck chief Mark Thomas and his long-term associate George Kerr, a Pine Gould director and shareholder. Stephen Van Eyck's payout comes with the price tag of a 2-year non-compete agreement, restricting him from research-related activities until the end of next year. The value of investment research was questioned, with PIS MD Graham Evans taking researchers to task over their recent comments on agribusiness reports. Salaries appear to be on the move, with research from Hayes recruitment specialists suggesting almost half of financial services employers expect to increase wages by between 3 and 6% over the next year. Hayes director Jane McNeil said hiring intentions were also up, with 45% of employers expecting to increase headcount. Wilson HTM is one group looking to expand its advisor ranks, with recently appointed Head of Financial Planning Chris Saunders saying the group wants to take advantage of the move towards direct equities advice, as well as rapid growth in the SMSF sector. Research from Multiport found SMSF trustees are continuing the shift back into equities, upping their exposure from 32 to 42% over the last calendar year, with cash holdings dropping to 21% at the end of March. Meanwhile, the government changed some of the rules around borrowing in super. The joint managing directors of HFA Asset Management, Oscar Martinez and Robert White, resigned and will be replaced by former Credit Suisse Asset Management executive Craig Mowell. Sequel said it's in discussions with Treasury, ASIC and the FPA over the development of a cost-effective financial advice model for reverse mortgages. Sequel chief Kevin Conlon says they hope to apply a limited advice model for the products. And finally, the deadline for the ATO's crackdown on foreign tax havens is fast approaching, with the Voluntary Disclosure Initiative ending on June 30. In this week's Money Management, we turn the spotlight on research houses in our annual Rate the Raters survey, and Angela Faherty finds there's room for improvement on turnaround times. Meanwhile, stress levels in the financial advice industry are rising as structural reforms take place. We spoke with Therese Fitzpatrick from Beyond Blue.
Mental health problems are a really important area that all organisations across Australia need to be aware of. There's some really specific issues that can be coming up in the financial services industry at the moment, such as job insecurity, uncertainty about the future, given that it's such a changing time. If all employers can be aware that this can be a risk for depression and anxiety within their employees, to be aware of some of the early warning signs, such as changes in eating patterns, sleeping patterns, decrease in productivity, changes in somebody's emotions. So if they're becoming irritable in the workplace or getting upset, then this can be a sign that they may need to get help. So it's really important that all employers are aware of where their employees can go to get help if that's what they need.
And in our top story, new research from Wealth Insights has revealed nearly half of Australian advisors expect their practices to be adversely affected by the government's proposed annual opt-in provisions.
For all the details on those stories, see tomorrow's edition of Money Management. Thank you for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you again next week.